Hey guys, I am heading to Nottingham Comic Con today as Poison Ivy. I have not got my makeup on yet just because I'm going to have a coffee, maybe something to eat before I apply that. This is I really like this cosplay and I don't like this cosplay. So if you didn't know, I'm not a very sexual person and this is so revealing. It's unbelievable. Like every time I wear it I just feel like a slut. So that's partly why I don't really cosplay as females often. But yeah, but this is like my favourite wig that I do actually have. So yeah, so I'm gonna get there by bus. I was gonna get a train because I thought the train stops closer to the actual venue. It's not the train, it's actually the bus. So I'm gonna be getting a bus. I've checked the temperature. At the minute it's like 11. It's supposed to like go up a little bit and it's supposed to kind of rain unfortunately, but so I brought a coat just in case. I brought my Joker one. I might as well just keep it in the DC thing just in case, like for more so on the way back. So on the way there I'm just going to be like dressed like this and everyone's going to be looking at me because I don't have any earphones. I only have headphones, so it's going to be like damn, because I don't really want to mess my wig up. I mean, I suppose I could still put headphones on, but yeah, the whole journey is just going to be really awkward because like, to be fair, they might, if I was at the train station, they might think I'm going to London Comic Con, but I mean, if I was going to London Comic Con, I would have started going on Friday. I don't know if I'll ever go there. I'd have to learn how to drive or find people that are going that are driving just because it's so far away just to get there to commute if you don't drive because there's like so many trams and everything. Like it's not set bang in the city centre of London, which pisses me off so much because it's like 3 trams away and it's just so much of aggro. Also, I thought it would be cool to bring my Build-A-Bear with me, the first one I got with me, because I did get like a Batman suit for it, and I thought it'd be cool to like have him in my backpack. I mean, it's like coming up, it's like Halloween on Monday, and I thought it'd be cool because I didn't want to go with small just because I didn't want to scare people on my journey to Nottingham. So I thought, you know what, let's go for Poison Ivy. And I thought, oh my god, it'd be cool if I could get like a bull vest. It's like I've kidnapped Batman, I'm stuck him in my bag. I don't know. That sounds probably cheesy as hell, but yeah. I don't really go as Poison Ivy. I used to have green shoes that I got from Primark and I tried to find them and I threw them away because I think they were the green was kind of coming off them, so I'm gonna have to wear like the black ones. So there's that as well. And yeah, for the makeup of Poison Ivy, because there's not really set as such. I mean, obviously you've got the comics and stuff. I tend to like to get creative, so every time I go as Poison Ivy, my makeup usually just changes. So yeah, I like to just get a little bit more kind of creative with it, with like different shades of greens and stuff like that. And today I'm going for a very unique lip colour, so this is going to be very interesting. My makeup is done. The lighting's pretty shit because it's like evening and our bulbs are the yellow bulbs and they annoy me. But yeah, can you guess the lipstick company? Obviously it's Jeffree Star. You know Jeffree Star, he is known for like weird, you know, bright, because I used to have a yellow lipstick that I used to wear. Yes, I actually used to wear that. So this is looking a little bit wacko, but let's be honest, Poison Ivy is a little bit wacko. Peeps, so I am back home. I'm actually glad I brought my coat because this dress is like, I know, realise I cannot bend in it, otherwise my boobs will just pop out. I've hardly got any as I hardly got any anyway, so the fact that they are popping out is a dangerous it's a dangerous dress. Well, I actually put this on when I left. So this morning it was a little bit of a diabolical kind of thing. I don't blame the organisation, the actual team that organised it, because it wasn't their fault. So basically it was at the Nottingham University, as it always is. So the entrance, which I believed was the entrance, is full of all signs and stuff like that. I got there just after like past. So I went up there and some woman came out saying, "Are you here for Manchester Comic? Not Manchester Comic Con. Are you here for the con?" I said yes, and she said it's not in that entrance. It's the entrance. It's the entrance when you walk around the stairs. It's up that way. So I went that way, went in, and they're like, "Oh, this isn't the entrance. This entrance is for if you've got a stall." So I was like, she told me the entrance, which is the entrance that I was already at in the first place. So that was annoying. So I didn't go there straight away. I went round because I was just so confused. I asked these people who weren't very helpful whatsoever. They literally just said, "Well, this is the main entrance," because, okay, that helps a lot. So anyway, so I went back. So I left it a bit hanging around, then went back to where I originally was. And then I started to see a line, so I assumed that was the entrance. So I just assumed the person who actually works in the university just got it wrong. But yeah, it was a bit of annoyance, to be fair. But yeah, so I kind of left, I want to say it was around no, is it half 12? It's more so going on to 1 o'clock, I think. It was like between 12:30 and 1. I decided to leave because I'd gone through all the stalls and everything, and I did go to not one question and answer in the morning, and that was where they were talking about autobiology comics. So obviously, so not autobiology, autobiography comics, which was really interesting. That was like around 45 minutes. And then I carried on looking around and stuff. And then I thought, you know what, because obviously there wasn't, because a lot of the, so if you've never been to Nottingham Comic Con before, it's a really good con to go if you're really interested in kind of comics and like illustrations, drawings and stuff like that, because they really focus on independent artists, so they don't have any like guests where it comes to kind of, you know, big like names and stuff like that. It's very small, and that's why it's like my favorite con to go to. But it's one of those cons where it's not like somewhere where you'd stay there all day, if that makes any sense. It was like from 10 till 5. I think I have stayed there before all day, but that was because I brought a raffle ticket, and that was a while ago. Anyway, so the last time I went to that Comic Con was like years and years ago. I want to say it was like 3 years. I think it's been that long, but I was at a store and she was like, "Oh, we're seeing like more people in cosplay because last time, which I assume they had one last year because I wasn't 100% sure, there wasn't that many cosplaying." But as I said before, I know when I went 3 years ago, I'm going to assume 3 years ago, the last time I went, it was quite busy. But I think maybe because they kind of obviously disappeared because of COVID, cos like every other Comic Con did, but because it's not necessarily a well-known name, like it's very like an independent comic con. This is like the only con that they do in Nottingham. It's not like Monopoly, that people may have forgotten about it, because I wouldn't say it was busy. It did get busy later on, but it wasn't like busy at the start, which I've seen before with this Comic Con. But when it comes to cosplay, there wasn't that many people that were in cosplay. But as I said, it's not that kind of con. Like, it's not a con where it's like, you know what I mean? Like, if you've been to MCM, Monopoly, MCon, those sort of ones, they're heavily kind of they're heavily targeted at more of kind of like a broader taste in things, if that makes any sense. Because you got MCM, which is just heavily on, say, for example, anime, Marvel, DC, that sort of thing. And then you've got your small kind of comic village, I think that's what it's called, where you've got your independent like comics and stuff like that. Whereas this one solely focuses on independent creators, so it's not really this. So they don't necessarily heavily like advertise like to, you know, cosplay and stuff like that. It's just like that, not kind of con. But because I really like to cosplay, I was gonna cosplay anyway, regardless. But that's kind of, you know, the reason why. So it's one of those cons, even though it's my favorite, it's not for everyone. If you go to a con for the cosplay, for the guests, that sort of thing, then this definitely isn't a con for you. And this con knows that, because their tickets are always cheap. Like, this year on if you pay. I think it's slightly higher if you pay on the day, but if you paid like before online, it was only like 10 quid. So you know what I mean. So, but I do really like this kind of stuff because I like the way it highlights independent artists and stuff, and I really love it when you buy something from a store and they're like yay, because like, you know, these people, they go, because I can imagine the stores here are a lot cheaper than like the MCM stores, because a lot of new artists and stuff like that I known from Nottingham Comic Con, and you know, they just want to be noticed and stuff like that. So I do recommend highly, if you can, to go to one of these things, because as I said, it highlights new, it focuses on, you know, independent artists and everything like that, whereas all these massive ones, it's just everything's happening all at once. So I brought quite a few stuff. A lot of them are comics, so I'm gonna whiz through them. So the first thing is the Dead Net Door by Luke Michael Copsey. I really liked the design of this. It was like the artwork in it, it's really unique. Definitely check it out. That's why I picked this one up. I quite liked it. It's something new that I've never seen before. And I believe he signed it as well. I then picked up Pre-Mortis Tales of Modern Horror. So if you've never been to a con before, they basically have ones that are open so you can browse through and stuff, but this seemed like a really interesting one. So yeah, it's funny because as I go before I went through, she's like, I will warn you, it is gory. If you do not like gory stuff, don't read it. And then she gave me a pencil. Does this say who this doesn't say who it's by on the Art 92 Studio. And then she gave me a pencil free. I then picked up this was pretty funny. So the actual people that made the event also had a stall as well. And I was looking through it and it was making me laugh. It's basically what people ask other artists at conventions. It's pretty funny. So I thought, you know what, it was only £1. I'm going to pick that up. I then picked up Soppy by Philippa Rice. This one's a really cute one. I believe this is one is about relationship, yeah. But it's got like really cute, the art's really cute. And yeah, I thought overall it was a cute book, so that's why I got that. Next one I got is People I Know. This is by Timothy Winchester. He was so nice. And I got he gave me a sticker with his handle at the back of there. Because apparently do you forget his what do you call them? Business cards, that's it. But yeah, this one looked cute as well. I thought it was quite funny. So yeah, there's that. And then the final thing I picked up like comic form was this. This is a United Welcome to a Shit Show, and this is by Johnny Cannon. So yeah, I picked that up, and then also I got a free art book free because I bought that. He was like, you can pick a free ring, and then he was like, oh, or you can have this free art book, so he gave me the art book for free. And the non-comic graphic novels I didn't get were first these two badges. That one is of a, I want to say it's like a skull of a deer. And then this one, which I thought was really cool, which is of a heart. And then I picked up this cup because this is so me. I'm a total zombie without caffeine. Apart from me, most of the time it's an energy drink that I reach for. But yeah, I saw this and I had to get it. There's a really cute one as well, but I don't drink tea. I think it was like something to do with the tea and a deer. I can't remember the joke now, but I thought it was pretty funny. But I don't drink tea, so it's like there's no point of me getting that because I only drink tea when there's no coffee in the house. So yeah, that's all this stuff I actually brought. If you've never been to a Nottingham Comic Con before, you always get a bag of like freebies. And this time I got this sandwich holder of Yogi Bear, which I've never seen. I've heard of Yogi Bear, but I've never. I'm gonna assume this is a film that's coming out, or it's already out, and then some bookmarks. And then this is like a daily newspaper. It's all about like news in like Nottingham and stuff. But yeah. Watching Interview with a Vampire, but I'm watching it with a commentary because I'm very intrigued because this kind of bombed. Not many people enjoyed it, and because let's be honest, it was based on a novel, so it wasn't like a new idea. But I think at the time people were just not interested in like a man turning another man into a vampire. I thought it was just weird or whatever. But it's actually a really good film. I do recommend you do watch it because I really enjoyed it. I think it's just it came out too early, if that makes any sense. Am I making any sense? I think if it had just come out like this year or in the past like 3 years, I think it would have been more accepted. I was literally just going through everything that I bought and looking on the Instagram and stuff. And one of the girls' stories were, I think these are the guys that were excited when I brought up them, was that on the Instagram stories to try and get people to go because they said that I don't think most people even break even at these cons. But yeah.